Ladies and gentlemen, cats and kittens, boys and girls, I am Carbonor. Welcome to my channel. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I hope everything is warm and well in everyone's lives right now. Hope you're ready to sit back and join me as I finish my tour of what I have built on Conan Exiles. As I've said, I really enjoyed this game. I think it's a lot of fun. I have my own server, so that kind of makes it, a little cheaty, I guess, because I have admin powers. But, it is what it is. I wanted to build, and I didn't want shit getting in my way, and I thought that was the best way to do it. But so we'll make our way towards my base. So yeah, like I said, I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everything's good. It's the second video, I think, for this series. After I do my tour and show you everything that I've got, I'll start the series where I'm actually going to be finishing areas and upgrading stuff and trying to switch it to better construction material, because I have some. I think I mentioned in the last video, I have some of the DLCs, most of the DLCs actually, so I have all that architecture available. I don't know. I didn't have it when I started it, and I was already so far into it with the sandstone that I was just like, screw it, let's just finish it with sandstone. But I do intend, it's kind of primitive. It's big, but it's primitive. I could do more with it, and I plan to. So let's see, the walls of it should start coming into view fairly quickly. Run away. You do not want none of me. So I thought, much like the last video, we would start out here in the desert so you can kind of come upon it. I think that's what it did in the last one, isn't it? Pretty sure. And there's the wall. The outer wall. You can kind of see my temple there where the dot is. That's my temple. That's just a lookout right there. That's just a lookout. So we'll do like a circle around the outside. See, coming into view right there, you see the ambassador's quarters. And then up there where the dot is, that's going to be where I eventually build my palace. I haven't got to that yet. I kind of put this game down for a while. Well, I know why. I started getting caught up with the wrestling games that I produce. The videos that I produce. Those, I guess. I mean, people say, what would be, if what's your favorite video game series? And we're right here just to break up real quick. That big box looking structure, that's the army barracks. You can kind of see it. It's 5 levels. But what's your favorite game? And if we're talking, I've been playing the wrestling games for over 20 years, buying them almost faithfully. I did have an ugly situation with I think it was 14, maybe 13. It killed my PlayStation 3. Just straight up killed it. Caught it in a perpetual formatting loop. It would say, cannot do that, needs to format. I would say, okay, format. It would start formatting, and then it would say ready to reload or something, and I would click yes, and it'd say cannot do that, must reformat. And so it would just do that over and over and over again. Basically because, and this is my problem, so, and especially early on with the wrestling games, because if you're going to make it where you can include or you know, you can upload all these images and you can have 100 different characters, all custom characters, you know, with logos and faces that you've uploaded and all this stuff. And in that particular game, you could also have your own crowd signs. You could upload your own images and make crowd signs. And I think that was what was just too much, because, you know, and people have said, well, have told me, well, what did you expect when you put that much on the game? I expect it to work, you know, because otherwise, why would you have put all these options on the game if it's not going to work? But anyway, I digress. If we're talking sheer number of hours, it's going to be the wrestling games, you know. Strange as that is to say. But at any rate, this isn't about wrestling. This is about Conan. Conan. So there you see the outer wall continues. And this area here is where there's been a lot of blood and chaos happen in this little flat patch here, because this is where I spawn in the monsters and my NPCs and stuff to level up my soldiers. So there's been a lot of death happening here. I'll just, you know, spawn out about 20 of something that'll give them a lot of experience, you know, and then I'll help them kill them, and bam. So yeah, sometimes my PlayStation gets all like, can't process, because when you spawn them, I don't know if it's normal for a lot of games, but for this game, when you spawn them, they all start out right exactly in the same spot. So if you're sitting right exactly where they are and you start hitting them, you're hitting all of them at once. So it's pretty sweet. You can do it pretty quick and pretty safely, really. And there's the wall that continues around. And like I said, we're gonna go just show you the outside right now. And there's a cave over there where there's some mini boss dude, like early on mini boss dude down there, and I think that's where you get some sort of crystal or something. And I thought about just, you know, swallowing that up. But then I was like, well, for one, the crystal might not respawn if I put a wall around it. And for two, if I decide to open this up for people, they wouldn't be able to complete that quest. So I was like, yeah, I better leave that open just in case I decide to open this up to people again. I did it once, and I wasn't happy with the results, so I closed it pretty quick. Because I don't know if I mentioned in the earlier video, some guy came on, not when I was here or online playing or anything, but he joined the server and he just built a stupid little box. That was his little house. I mean, it was literally like a 1 square box, and I was like, no. And he did it in a really, I didn't like where he did it at all. It was just a thing. But anyway, so this is the, which gate? City of Elsewhere. That's my city. And this is the western gate. And my gates are guarded by, what are these guys? Champions, I believe, is what they are. The mini-boss champions. So they're pretty badass. I think they've got like 15,000 health, maybe. Or it's somewhere, it's above 10,000, I'm pretty sure. So they're pretty badass. They've got some pretty high stats. And I've, of course, like I said, leveled them all up. And they just chill out here. Just in case some shit goes down. You don't want to mess with them. There's 8 of them on this entrance. So that's pretty much going to take care of about any enemy that's going to pass by. And they've all got, like, superb equipment and weapons. They're good to go. All my soldiers have, unless they have like a two-handed weapon, they all have a sword, a shield, a bow, and an arrow. As far as weapons, you know, they also have, of course, armor, full armor. And as you can see, it's lined at the top along the whole thing so people can't climb it and get in. And now we gotta swim the rest of the way. It's a pretty big city. And I'm thinking I might have to go bigger. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see with the ideas that I come up with while I'm doing these videos for it, you know. If I decide to do something crazy, which I might. Like that. I kind of like that right there. That little natural bridge. That's pretty cool. I could maybe build something cool on that. And then have more water for my people. I've got a pretty good, I mean, as you can see, the wall goes through the water here. So I've got a pretty good little water area. You'll see. Because I like to think with my things like this, real world needs for people, you know what I'm saying? So they gotta have some place for recreation. So they've got a little swimming area, a little. You'll see. You'll see. But see, that's the only problem with walling up that bridge there, is that I don't know what would happen with the enemy stuff that's up there. Would it despawn? Would it disappear? I'm not sure if that's the way that works or not. What is that? Yeah, guys, please. Those are our neighbors. And of course, there's another lookout. I have those occasion, you know, in certain places. I don't know how effective they are really. I mean, there's no real need for them. It's just to have them there, I guess. Still going around. Told you this is massive. It's big. But see, I'm really thinking. I really want that bridge. I'm thinking hard about it. What? Where are you? That wasn't nice. Another little lookout. There's like maybe 6 bowmen up there. And in this entrance, because this is kind of like the back entrance. This is not, I guess the other entrance is the commerce entrance, and this is just for, like, you know, people, just randoms. Alright, so we'll continue along. And the wall, of course, is manned. Every so often there's a soldier. And there you can see the ambassador's quarters again. And that's like their living area, and then that's their bedroom, basically. What's up, ladies? How's it going? Alright. Okay, and so here we are back at the Eastern Gate. I thought this would be a good one to enter in first, to give you the first view, as if you're a visitor to the city of Elsewhere. And of course, manned on the inside. There was a recent threat, that's why they're pointed towards the wall. I don't have them purposely facing the wall. That would just be cruel. Ladies? What's up, Kong? That's right. Then these are just kind of like backups. They're berserkers. Berserkers are pretty strong. They're stronger than normal warriors. So I've got them just as the, like, the security, sorta, you know? They'll come along and be like, what's all this then? Greeted by one of my generals and her squad. 2 captains, 4 lieutenants. Each general has 2 captains, 4 lieutenants, and then they both have, they split half the army. And then of course they both take orders directly from me. And you might recognize that name if you're familiar with this game. Yes. Yes. Uh-huh. And all my generals, captains, and lieutenants are named heroes from the game. So yeah, come up here, greeted by them. And then of course we have our inn. But first, there's this little area down here, kind of for coming along, conversation, just getting a breath of fresh air, looking out over our little tranquil garden. We cherish the tree. We love the tree. The tree provides. And then on this side is an actual walkway to said tranquil garden. I just thought, you know, they just needed a little place when you're wanting to take a stroll and discuss issues of state, how the crops are doing. Now these shellbacks, okay, there's a story behind them. When I first started this game and I decided this was the area that I wanted to build stuff in, and I built, there was this nest obviously was already here. So I built the walls, and while I was playing, before I got it completely closed in, I think maybe that little spot that I'm staring at right there was the final straw. But until I put that in, the shellbacks were the NPC shellbacks. So they were like walking around, and there was the little ones, and they were walking up my stairs over here and getting up there sometimes, and it was kind of a pain in the ass. And I was like, well, this is awesome. They can just be like, you know, like the city animals, you know what I'm saying? The mascots or something. But after I put that little section up there in, and I came back the next time to play, they had despawned. They just weren't reappearing anymore. And I was like, that sucks. So in remembrance, I spawned in a couple and put them here. And I think I might do a baby one, just so they can have a little baby youngster. But so they're like the protected creatures of the city of Elsewhere, or the shellbacks. We like the shellbacks. They helped us when we were escaping our slavery. The shellbacks protected us from the other beasts of the desert. Okay, now we'll check out the inn. I'll show you all the little guard posts and stuff. We'll do a spin around the top of the wall and show you all those little places first. But let's go into the inn. Let's go in to the inn. Of course, we have an innkeeper. I need to build her like a table or something. Maybe I have a chair sitting over here. It sucks that you can't like make the NPCs like sit down in chairs, because that would be awesome. Because that would really help you create a more lifelike scene. If you could, you know, like you're in a tavern and you've got a table and chairs, and you've got and the way it is right now, they would just be standing around the table and just looking off into space. But if you could just like sit them in a chair to make it a little more, so when you come across it, you're just like, oh, this looks kind of real. But anyway, so we got 11 rooms in our inn. Very, very modest accommodations. Each one has a picture. They're different pictures. I don't know. I think there's maybe 9 or 10, maybe something like that, different ones in the game. Each one's got a light, little pitcher and a drink, or a cup. Storage place, little bed. There's nothing spectacular, but you know, you're just passing through, so it shouldn't be. And so each one is pretty much exactly the same, except for different pictures. Little storage area for stop it door for random things, building stuff and whatnot. Okay, the doors are shut. Alright, and it's the same over here, just another line of rooms. And then we'll come over here. Uh-oh. Yep. I'll be right back. There's a sandstorm coming. Okay. Now that's over with. So, as I was saying, this is your post office. I have a post office. Featherstep Couriers and Delivery. These are the, I can't remember what class they are, but they're the ones that have the big backpacks that give you extra storage. You know, the companions. So I figured, yeah, they'll be good for post people. People come in, deposit your stuff in the mailbox. Why not? And then they go take care of it. It will get to where it needs to go. They will ensure of it. So see, basically this is the landing platform. Right. So this is where you come from pretty much first from all the entrances. This is the area that you hit first. And you'll see as I continue the tour. So I figured what would be the most important thing for travelers passing through? What things would they need, you know, the most? Well, they're going to need a cheap place to lay their head, to sleep at night, cheap and safe. They may need to send a message to let somebody know where they are or that they've reached their destination. Various things. They're being delayed. Who knows? And then, of course, they need a hospital. Of course they need a hospital. Because this is a hard, hard life. Now this I'm going to set up, make it, I'm going to put some beds down here. Make it sort of like an ER type area. And then this over here is the storage area. So I need some chests in here. Dr. Love. Kiss Army. Since 1975. Hell yeah. You know, just for your medical equipment. Bandages, you know, I would... it's pretty much what it would be. All the medical stuff I would have stored in here. I will have stored in here. Like I said, this is not all of it is completed. It's all still a work in progress. I didn't abandon it. I just got distracted by other things. I've been paying for the server for probably the last 5 or 6 months without really playing the game. But you know, I'm paying the server, so clearly I'm not ready to get rid of it or to just walk away. I just, you know, shit happens and you get busy. And then up here will be like the recovery area. I'll have beds. Maybe set up like a draper or some kind of something in between the beds. And then there's Nurse Mercy. Dancing to keep everyone entertained. Don't feel bad that you lost an arm. Watch me dance. And then what else would you need for, you know, you're traveling along, you need... What else might you need? Why, adventurous attires. You might need some armor. You might need some armor. Well, you've come to the right place. I don't know why her legs are invisible. That's very strange. It's very, very strange. Okay. And here's the shopkeeper. Pick out what you want. She probably has got it in one of these storage bins there. As you can see, since this is a city that consists of all women except for me, there's more female armor and attire than anything else. But there's some cool dude stuff over here too. And again, a door on each side in case, you know. Stop it. Stop it! Open the door. And then over here, of course, is the entryway Well, let me just show you. Okay, so here we are at the western entrance. And as you can see, manned by my forces. Little area over here where they can get out of the sun and the sandstorms. Over here we've got a couple of the berserkers just hanging out just in case they're needed. Never know. Now this guy here, yeah, Frosty, you get him for beating Latagara. She gives you an axe or a helmet or something that lets you summon a frost giant. So yeah, I have a frost giant. Coming up around here. And of course this is the other little entranceway, greeted by my other general and her squad. This is the witch. I can't remember what kind of witch she was. It was something witch, but I made her General Witch because I didn't know what else to call her. So, General Witch. And then of course she's got her crew. And so we've seen the armor store. Now we'll go to weaponize your warfare. And in here, stop it. Open the door. Thank you. We have a rather fine selection of exquisitely crafted and crudely crafted, in some cases, weaponry. Whatever you might need, you can find right here. Sorry, it's laggy. And of course, a shopkeeper over here. Compare some money. She'll pull out a sword. You get to go home with it. And of course, there's, you know, so you got bows, you got swords, you got maces, spears, axes, you got chakras, you got fucking whatever you need. Whatever you need, we got it. Varying price ranges. We can make a deal. And then up here we have our shields on display. So yeah. And see, my original intent with this city was basically to make it a public server to get my city built the way I wanted, constructed the way I wanted, you know, and then like let people who join the server, not necessarily into my guild, but who join the server, kinda, you know, pass through, use this as like almost like a story point. Like, you know, I need to go get another sword, so stop by here. I'll put a little box down, maybe a sign on it, leave something. People leave me a few gold, take the sword or the weapons that they need and go. Just, you know, just to kind of know that it's being used and people are, you know, it's helping people play the game. That was my plan. But people are shit, and I can't trust people to do that, I don't think. Which is a sad thing. But it is what it is. But so in continuing the things that you might need, just passing through, we've got Nurgle's House of Beauty. In case you need to change your look to hide from somebody, well, this lady right here will help you out. Change your appearance, nobody will ever know it's you. And of course another entrance to the inn. Little public water, little well for everybody. Of course it's guarded. Make sure nobody's doing anything bad to the water. We do not want that to happen. And now also up here is a neat little thing that I have. Now, did you catch that sign? See what that says? It says Hall of Champions. What could be in the Hall of Champions? I wonder. Champions, probably. Now, who are these people? Well, let's introduce ourselves. We have Conan. I'm still trying to find a taller NPC with black hair, but for some reason all the dudes want to come out short. I don't know why. That's just what's happening. Red Sonja. What's up, Red? He-Man! How's it going, bro? Yep, I got a He-Man. And She-Ra. I know it's not a very good She-Ra, but it's the best I could do. Thundar the Barbarian. That's pretty damn good Thundar, though. You gotta give me that. I mean, look. That's pretty good Thundar. Princess Ariel. That's not bad. Not bad. Beastmaster. Little kinky with the nipple chains, but you know. Sheena. I know it's completely wrong time frame, but I mean the outfit was just screamed Sheena to me, so I have a Sheena. Alias. Now a lot of you probably don't know who Alias is. Alias was a character in a was it Dragonlance? I'm not sure. It was a D&D novel called Curse of the Azure Bonds. It was a really good story, really awesome story. They turned it into a module so that you could play it. Alias, like I said, was the main character. She had she was, you know, short red hair. I have a thing for redheads. What can I say? And so this was kinda close to her outfit. So there you go. Now upstairs, I need some kind of table or something, because this is supposed to be like where the champions of the realm meet to discuss, you know, the evils that might be stirring and things of that nature. So they need some kind of council thing. Maybe I can put my teleporter down here. It's not a bad idea, Carbonor. Not a bad idea. And then, of course, this is their apartments, which are poorly furnished. I've only put a bed in each one, and of course a light, because if you don't have lights, when it gets dark, you ain't seeing shit. But so I've got to furnish them, obviously. And then I'm really tempted to put some kind of like patio out here, so they can like you know, just kind of chill and see the ongoings, who's coming in and who's coming out, without like being in the mix of it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking I'll probably do that too. Alright, so that's my Hall of Champions. My heroes, other than me. We keep the shit going straight. We're like the medieval Avengers. Now, I believe I will show you. Let's go. Let's just go to the. Let's go to Main Street. Two guards watching over everything, making sure everything's cool. Down here, we have our warehouse. This is where I store just all sorts of shit, just whatever, you know, because I have the admin tools, so I can spawn in whatever I need. So I do that, and then whatever I have left over, I come and drop it off here. My thinking is that, like, if I decide to like start playing the game without the admin tools, that I will have all the shit that I need ready to go and available. Because, you know, you can start a game as a nothing and nobody and work your way up to having a city, or maybe you want to start the game already having all this, already having commerce, already having an army, already having all this, you know, just for a change, something different. And of course, a guard that's a little more closer to the action, they see some shit going down, they say, over there, and she runs in and takes care of it. We got a little hedge to make it a little more, you know, a little prettier. A little prettier. And in here we have Osen's Armory. They're working on their stuff. We got our tavern. People stop at the inn, they need a place to eat. I'm gonna put some tables and stop lagging. Tables and chairs, things like that in here. There, of course, your servers, your ice boxes. See, I need to build a room for those, and of course the kitchen with your probably angry cooks. As a cook myself, I know we generally and usually are angry. Upstairs, dining room. And then, because also, like I said, I work in a restaurant, I know the things that a restaurant needs, and that's a smoking area. Alright, and then we got our blacksmith. They're working hard in here. Dyers. Now this little building is a pain in the ass to get into. I've got to totally redesign something in here because it bothers me. I don't like it. But it is what it is for the moment. We got our alchemist in here concocting. Furnace house. Oh, I hate it when you do that. When they get that shit going, it gets hot in here. Artisan. Next door to the carpenter. working on her projects. Don't ask me how she got that tree in here. I don't care to ask myself. You did it. You go, girl. Tannery? And, yeah, the brothel. Yeah, we're not going in there because there's, like, naked people in the brothel. Yeah. So, sorry. Tinker and dismantling. Of course, the dismantler is something you have to do yourself. Tanner, which is different from the tannery in that it doesn't have a Y on the end. We'll just go right over to casting. So see, up there you had your, your your things that people are definitely going to need coming into town. They're going to need a place to sleep, probably to contact somebody, probably some weapons and equipment, maybe to change their appearance. And then down here you have the things, well, maybe I could get my saddle redone or whatever, however you call that. I don't know. Maybe I could get the hole in my socks darned or something like that. Then you come down to the town. Delving in thaumaturgy? 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 At any rate, there it is. And another bigger public water area, also guarded. And then this was the saddler. And then golems and guardians, which is all stuff that you have to do yourself, so there's no worker on those benches. And then the last thing is our beehives for honey production. I don't think I have any queens in there at the moment, so there's no honey coming out. But there it is. Anyway, so that is Main Street. Now, I think we will take you through the stable area. Be right back. So now that the sun has returned, we'll go down and show you the stables entrance. Stables gate, we'll call it. It's kind of a little treacherous way to get your carts down, but it's not our problem. And here we have it. Also manned on the inside, of course. But on this side, we have a little something extra. We have some big ass dogs. Ready to rip you to shreds. Should one of those girls right there say, "Hey, sick 'em." And then here's the actual stables. Stable master, of course. Thunder Horse 5000. There's a little story behind Thunder Horse 5000. That was the name of the favorite Best car I've ever had. It was a Chevy HHR. I fucking loved that car. Loved that car. So, it is remembered here. And then, solid black horse named Midnight. Because, you know, you gotta call a solid black horse Midnight. My grandma used to have a solid black horse named Midnight. Then this is my council of big cats. Led by Aslan, of course. As you will. This is all the big cats you can have in the game. Or that are in the game, I guess. Then we've got some extra horses. We got Sandalwood. Storm Chaser. Spot. And you're gonna like this one, folks. It's a roach. It's a roach. And then over here I have a couple wolves. Cutter. And Night Runner. If anybody's familiar with ElfQuest, you'll know what those names are. The significance of those names. And then Munin and Hugin. I think might have misspelled those. I think that's Munin and Huggin, I think. Yeah. Alright. And now this leads... Oh, that building. Yeah. That's the compost house. That's what this is. I thought, let's put it way the hell out there where nobody's really gonna go. And as you can see, got a massive little water area. Place to swim. I've got all kinds of the fish traps down under there. You know, constant food source and water source. Don't have to worry about that ever. And in there, you're wondering, what is that? Well, that is the apartment complex for the people that live in the city, or work in the city, I should say. Not for the soldiers, they have barracks, so I've got to create some more NPCs to like scatter throughout there to be like for different shifts for the different things, and like groundskeepers, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. Things that I will do as we go along. And that goes around the side. But this stairway, once you've come into the stables and you've turned over your horse or whatever, or parked your carriage, come in, and once again, the first place you go is up here. So this is pretty much the focal spot of the focal point of the whole place is right here. Which I kind of like. And since we're here, I'll just go ahead and show you this little spot right here. This little vantage point. So, what do I have left to show you? Well, we need to do the little island over there. That has special meaning to me, and you'll see why. We got to do the trip around the top of the wall. I need to show you the military side of the city, which is over that set of stairs there, which is also where the ambassador is, where the jail is, where our wheels of pain are. Yeah, so there's still a few things left to show you. I still got to show you the apartment. The apartments, I mean. But I think that we will save that for our next encounter in the lands of Conan. I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of the tour. I've enjoyed showing it to you. I put a lot of work into this. I know it's kind of sloppy in some points, but you know, it's home. I like it. And I intend to do more with it. I think I will be spurred on by the fact that I'll be doing these videos weekly for a while. You know, I see a lot of other streamers that they do like building streams on games for like, you know, up to 60 episodes or more. So I figure, hey, plus I get the advantage of I have so much already done. So, bonus for me and bonus for y'all. You get to just see sort of the good parts. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, please do check out my wrestling, my simulated federation videos that I post Monday through Thursday. I have two different federations. I have the CTW and the WTF. The CTW is on Monday Night Mania and Wicked Wednesday Night. Monday Night Mania is an all-male show, and Wicked Wednesday Night's an all-female show. Those are original characters, some of which I've been making for the last 20 years. Just about as long, well, no, as long as they've been making custom characters for for the wrestling video games. So there's some history involved in some of those characters. Then on WTF is the World Thought Federation. That is on Tuesday night download and Thursday night live stream. That consists of my favorite female celebrities, actresses, singers, e-girls, cosplayers, wrestlers, and adult film stars. Oh, and models. So there's that one. Then this will be every Friday that I will be doing one of these Conan videos. Every Saturday I will be posting Stellar Blade playthrough, and probably Sundays too, because I'm kind of wanting to get those out. I'm enjoying that game very, 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 very much. I think it's a pretty awesome game, and it is just absolutely beautiful. It is so smooth and clean and fun to play. It's just really good. It's probably going to end up kicking my ass because I'm not familiar with Dark Souls games, and I'm not really good at time hits. My style tends to be to just plow in there, get myself as powerful as possible, and just hit the enemy straight on. And that doesn't seem to really work for Dark Souls games, so it's a little bit of a learning curve. But anyway, so there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That'll be it for this episode of the Conan Cribs. We'll see you later.